Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And we've been doing a lot of fixing recently, haven't we? We've got some breaking news. This is incredibly important because there must be blood in the water because the NRA has taken their shot. They have now launched a new lawsuit against the ATF over the pistol brace rule. We're going to break all of this down, but this is bigger than just this lawsuit of what we're about to dive into. Now, of course, everything is linked in the description box below for your review, and to make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. But all right, my brothers and sisters, here's something that's very important. Before we go into anything else, happy Independence Day, you freedom-loving patriots out there fighting every single day with me, with every other channel, with every other patriot. We have some freedom to reclaim, and we are doing it on the daily, and we've been doing a lot of fixing lately, haven't we? But with that said, understand that the NRA, it's a huge organization. It's a monolithic organization, a massive ship, if you will. It does not turn on a dime. In fact, a lot of the critics of the NRA will say they never do anything. They're always on the back foot. They're always trading off our rights for other things. That's a very valid criticism. However, with that exact same criticism, you have to understand that they will take their shot when they know they're going to win. It's all about liability. It's all about risk. If you don't know you're going to win something and you're in a large organization that's very well funded and a loss means more than other organizations, you're going to wait until you have your shot. There must be blood in the water because with the Second Amendment Foundation's wins, with GOA's wins, with FPC's wins, with the ghost gun law or final rule completely being smoked this week, their NRA is now launching their lawsuit against the pistol brace. It's late, but you know that they've got a heart shot because they're going for it. There's blood in the water. All right. Like I said, everything is linked. Check this out. NRA files suit against ATF and DOJ over pistol brace rule. Defends members against draconian measure. Now, in full transparency, this is from the NRA's statement. So this is not a non-biased source. This is their stuff. But it's important to highlight the fact that they feel confident enough to now launch their lawsuit against the ATF around the pistol brace rule when they could have done it the whole time. I don't think that this is a lack of desire to do so. I think this was waiting for the right shot and the right time, and now they have precedent with the ghost gun rule that just came out, the ruling against it. I think there's something bigger than just that one lawsuit. But let's keep going. The National Rifle Association today announced it filed a lawsuit against the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the U.S. Department of Justice, ATF Director Stephen Dettlebach, and U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland in opposition to the unlawful pistol brace rule. So they're going after it. Check out what they said in the release. Quote, "The NRA has ramped up its offense on this arbitrary and unconstitutional rule," says NRA Executive Vice President and CEO Wayne LaPierre. Quote, "We are confident in our ability to confront the ATF and DOJ and preserve freedom for NRA members." Now keep in mind, FPC has already blazed this trail. GOA already blazed the trail. Second Amendment Foundation already blazed the trail. The smaller, more nimble organizations have already secured victories. Now the monolith is coming. The Titanic just turned around, and the NRA, which is significantly well-funded, is coming directly after with precedent and prejudice. Let's just say that. This is an important thing. I'm not a big fan of Wayne LaPierre. We all know that. This isn't an NRA Trump speech. An NRA stump speech. There we go. But this is an important thing to understand. The momentum has shifted. Everything that we've been talking about is happening. Remember, that ghost gun rule is now vacated because you can't just make things into guns because you want to, ATF. NRA launches the next few days. Does it all make sense? It's all happening together. It's not in a vacuum. The lawsuit exposes the failings of the new rule, which subjects law-abiding gun owners to penalties, fines, and potential prison sentences for the use of otherwise legal plastic apparatus on some firearms. The NRA previously submitted comments in opposition to the rule, filed a motion to intervene in another legal action, and supported a lawsuit by several state attorneys general filed in North Dakota. And they did, and to their credit, that's absolutely valid. A lot of people said, "Why is that all you're doing?" I think it's because they're waiting for the kill shot. Anyway, let's continue. Quote, the NRA is pursuing every possible avenue in defense of its law-abiding members and their constitutional freedoms, says William A. Brewer III, counsel to the NRA. Our members should be free of the threat of enforcement and presumptively unlawful rule. We are confident that we will prevail in obtaining the same relief for them that has already been granted to members of other gun rights groups. That piece right there is key. They let the smaller, more nimble groups go first and blaze the trail, and the NRA is coming right behind. If you put this into the military, it's like the Special Forces came in, then the Marines came in, then the Army General came in. It's literally like you've got a blaze trail and then the entire Army goes in behind. That's kind of the alliteration. I'm not saying the NRA is the Army, but in the example. But let's continue because they saw other groups go first, they followed. The NRA will go to court to obtain preliminary and ultimately permanent injunctive relief restraining defendants from enforcing the factoring criteria for firearms with attached stabilizing braces, the final rule, against law-abiding NRA members. They've got the juice coming from the ghost gun regulation final rule that was just smoked. That's going to be used as precedent and a driving force for the pistol braces. Exactly what we talked about when the ghost gun rule got smoked. Everything, the house of cards is falling, in the NRA, I swear to you, smells blood in the water. Let's keep going. First announced in January 2023, the final rule was set to go into effect June 1 of 2023. Gun rights groups in the state of Texas are among those who have been granted preliminary injunctive relief from the final rule, and now the NRA seeks recognition of the irreparable harm its members also face from the final rule. Again, all of this language is very reminiscent of what we've already seen work. Other groups have done it. They've got their injunctions. Now the ghost gun rule fell. That got vacated. The NRA absolutely thinks they have a headshot here. This is important. As explained in the NRA's complaint, many of its members are being irreparably harmed by the final rule because they are forced to modify their firearms, destroy them, register them, or surrender them to the federal government under threat of criminal prosecution. Pistol stabilizing braces allow users to strap their gun to their firearm or place to the shoulders for more stability. Millions of these devices are used by gun owners across the nation, particularly disabled veterans who need the braces to safely use a pistol. That is key. This entire thing, it's not just about the NRA lawsuit and the NRA finally putting in the gear and going on the offense, as Wayne LaPierre says. This is about the perception being there's weakness. They are trying to exploit the weakness for an easy win. They didn't want to blaze the trail, which to me is a negative, but they are coming behind those who blaze the trail first. FPC, Second Amendment Foundation, and GOA, and that's the ones I want to go with. So that's an incredibly important piece to understand. As we go forward, we're going to follow this tight because I personally think there's blood in the water and they smell it. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.